Hello there, guys. As we've got an issue going on at the moment, I actually thought I would use it as a poignant time to ask the question about how much parking should cost. The amount of issues going on between neighbours over parking that's causing arguments, rows. Doesn't matter whether you're at this estate, doesn't matter if you're up at the other estates. Parking is causing feuds between neighbours because of the cost of it. So this young lady, just to show you, and I can show you, I won't show you the parking ticket. This young lady, as if she had a parking ticket, she's safely parked, she's not being a complete dick and an idiot. But what happens with these parking tickets is people then lose their cars because they don't understand the process. People feel, same as my car nearly being taken the other day, same as children being taken, same as people being raped. This is the same thing as the people who are running the country extorting money out of people through laws, and then the people who are doing the jobs are no different than the drug runners who don't know what's in the box. Now there's a very stressed woman upstairs at the moment. She probably doesn't even have a pass. Maybe she does have a pass, but what I would like to know is how much do you think it costs people to be able to park in their own local residence areas? Now, as you know, the reason that I started disabled to enabled was because I got my first ever parking ticket because my disabled badge had been put upside down by my son and it was facing that way. That then caused for bailiffs to come into my home, which is what kicked off the whole cycle of me becoming homeless and my children being taken. So the lady's coming down, not going to video the two incidences between it. Obviously we've got two parking ticket people there. They're not coming down. They're not giving her the chance to come down. She's scared. There's probably an old lady over there. But at the end of the day, people live here and people are being abused and extorted money and then issued tickets by these people who think that they work for the heavens. They work for devil. It's all right. Say it's Kellie Cotton recording. The council will know who it is. It's all right, love. Just say it's Kellie Cotton, director of Step Up Portsmouth. We're going to change the ways around here, you know that, love, so we can have a nice community residence. Because this lady will now be issued with a fine. I will say it again. She is not illegally parked. She is not obstructing any roads or being an inconvenience or a nuisance. I won't get a reg. She is parked. Now, she's going to have to take the ticket on the chin, yeah? Hey, she can't talk to me like that out of uniform. Do you know that? Out of uniform, she can't talk to me like that. In uniform, sorry, she can't talk to me like that. So anyway, I'm on my lunch break. I've just literally taken Eleanor around. And while it was happening, obviously a lady was being issued a parking ticket. And she shouted from the window to say, excuse me, but that's my car and I'm a resident and I live here. Now, when I first ever got here, this is what started so much of the shit that I'm trying to go to court now. Now, as you know, I came from London, well, from Bristol, Brighton. I was in Bristol at the time. Dean had just been released from prison, well, from remand, from the courts, innocent, yes, innocent. And as you know, he'd been held for a month. And we were living in a car. We were living in a car full of my paperwork and Dean's rucksack with his spray cans and stencils in it. And then we went to his friends in London. As you know, I was pregnant with Elijah. So then we come to Portsmouth. We stay at my mum's for the night. We ring Portsmouth City Council and we declare myself as homeless, as living in a car, pregnant, high-risk pregnancy. On the very first night, we were placed into a B&B where I was issued a parking permit and my car was parked behind and everything was good. Then I was offered a temporary accommodation. Now, when you have temporary accommodation, you're not entitled to a residence permit. So basically, I moved in. They put my car on there, right? They said, it's all right, it's fine. I was issued with the first ticket. Somebody's just been given the finger by somebody. So then you've got things like disabled badges, yeah? Disabled. And then we turn to a 3-hour zone unless you're a permit holder. So straight away, there is an issue immediately, because the moment that people go out from their own home area and go to drop their kids off at school, return home, they then find a worker has parked their car, or somebody who's gone shopping has come out to the local bit to be able to park their car to avoid the parking costs within town. I don't actually know what all of the costs are at this particular point. I'll try and find a meter somewhere. So we've got the ladies in front of me now. So this is why I started the whole disabled to what would be enabled, yeah? So to do with parking permits, here in Portsmouth, you have to have a parking permit, which you pay the council to be able to park here. These are issued on a daily basis, and if I remember rightly, some of the scratch ones can go up to, let me find out, I'll just see if there's anyone around. No, I was just going to see if there's anyone around that would know about the parking thing. Yeah, she did tell me to shut up. So I said she's not allowed to speak to me like that in uniform, mate. And this is what I mean. People in uniform are human beings. Now, the problem with cities like this is they tend to bring outsiders in. And the reason that they bring outsiders in is so there is no personal relationship. Because had that person who'd waved out the window gone, that's my car, and she'd gone, oh, all right, Sally, how you doing, love? No problem, I'll take it off for you, hun. Then there becomes a bias on how people are treated based on the relationships, on whether they know each other. Now, at the end of the day, I was issued parking tickets here, and I challenged them on the basis that I wasn't allowed a permit, and I was still seeking and waiting for benefits, as forced on benefits. We didn't ask to be on benefits. We actually submitted our CVs to social. So Dean announced that he was a DJ, music producer, MC, graffiti artist, dancer, all of that sort of shamans and pose. And he let them know that he was going on tour to Europe on the particular day, the day that they set child protection, basically. So basically, the majority of people around here won't have cars. Now, a disability badge means that I can park for free. I'm entitled to a disability badge because I have a condition called Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. As I've been walking down here, I'm in absolute fucking agony today. Every muscle, my knees are absolutely killing me. In fact, my knees are busted at the moment. My knees are really, really, really struggling. As you know, I don't have fluid in my knees. Oh, bless, some of the really cool kids are out today. These are kids that only go to core school for a couple of hours. You say, shh, because I'm on my live. So anyway, to do with parking. So then, as you know, that accumulated parking tickets, after an incident of 28 weeks, I then walked from that building over there to this building over here, pregnant, and resided on what was called a secure tenancy. As a result of having a secure tenancy, I was finally, after argument of getting parking tickets here, having to keep coming down, trying to move my car. Oh, I've just found a lovely little nail polish. There you go. I'll be doing my toes this morning, so today. There you go. As long as it's all right, I'll be doing my toes today. So anyway, then, obviously, as you know, I'm very, very, very resourceful and very clever. This is the parking out of the back of Edgbaston. As you know, that's always ambulances. These two here. Now, that taxi is not allowed in there. That is a residence bay, but we know whose bay that is. And he's still paying for it, still owns it, but he's lost his licence due to drinking and driving. So everybody hops in and out of that one at the moment. So as you know, cocky Kellie decided and got away with parking here, right? So then they put the gate on to prevent that happening. So then cocky Kellie one day finds that this post is removed and this post was out, yeah? So I parked on there. I got away with it, no parking tickets, it's free land. Now, at the end of the day, I can go to the council and I can pay £10 and I can be issued with a blue badge, and that blue badge says I'm disabled and I can park into any one of these. oh shit, I might have got their regis on. Sorry if I have. I probably did. Sorry. Apologies. And actually, that should be a rule that actually AI should block any registration number the moment it flashes up on the camera. And that would be really good. So anyway, as you know, I then was issued with more parking tickets. This is also added to the fact that the moment I was evicted from Save the Family, I used to stay, oh, go that way, there's dogs. I used to stay in car parks. So things like, stopping off at, just let my dog have a wee. Stopping off at a travel lodge. So like, the service places, and getting a bit of a wink and aiming for it to be 2 hours. But obviously it would end up being sort of slight, I don't know, I've got windows. Let me move. Eleanor, you having a wee or not, Missy? Come here, you having a wee? So basically, I then issued some tickets, but during that time of my life, obviously, as you know, I was on the road. I couldn't give a flying fuck how many tickets I would get in. I'd just pull them off my window, throw them in the back of the car with my paperwork, and that was it. I was on the road. There was nothing anybody could do about it, but it was accumulating, just as every time I used to enter London. And as you know, I used to use my car to drive around Trafalgar Square with the forced adoption banner, and I used to stop at the traffic lights, hold it back, and keep it going. And I used to get tickets. So also, as you know, I also put my car on Trafalgar Square and obviously held it for the police to do a video about the state wanting to remove something from me and the people around me allowing it to happen, or how do the people intervene and what should we do. So also, as you then know, I bunged my car in a garage and I lost it for 3 days because I couldn't find the car park that it was actually in, right? So obviously, a lot of parking tickets accumulated. I wasn't on the electoral roll in the temporary accommodation. Yes, I was. No, I wasn't. I wasn't on the electoral roll in the temporary accommodation because it was temporary accommodation. However, the moment that I went into secure tenancy, which was a 1-bedroom flat, by the way, and please do remember, to the cunts that absolutely badger me, mate, I came here with nothing more than a fucking car and paperwork and a baby in my belly and a man I'd only just met, yeah? So, and a man I got out of prison. And if people want to know how I got him out of prison, I parked in the governor's parking space. How did I get in there? The barrier was up. I went through it, parked, fell asleep, waited for the police and everybody to come round me, and tooted and tooted and tooted until I got Dean's number and a visitation to Dean. And that was issued, and I got to see Dean. And then also they were told, if you do not release Dean by Christmas, you will have Santa on the roof. If you want to know how I do it, check Strangeways on how we got Stephen out of Strangeways prison. And he was released within an hour, by the way, after that video, because they don't want riots in prison. How many people ever think sometimes you've got to rattle the cages? Sometimes you've got to really fucking spook it. My next door neighbour has had her fella taken from her, yeah? I told Dean last night, you know what would have happened if that had been you? He laughed. He said, I know what would have happened if that had been you. You'd have been straight in that car, straight outside the police station, absolutely causing fucking havoc and mayhem, mate, until he was released. Amen to that, hallelujah. I'd have broke him out of prison if I really had to. These tools you can learn as you go. There are ways of means of doing whatever the fuck you like, as long as you're willing to learn to do it. Such as my car. So anyway, car aside, I then drive my... 2 seconds, people, thank you. Oh, my neck. I then drive my car up this lovely place, and then obviously this road gets fucking blocked, so we can't end up driving straight through. You've got to drive the long way. So then I end up obviously where I live at the moment, and then there's a parking feud because all of a sudden there's another car. People have got used to their little ways of being able to park their cars up, and then all of a sudden Kellie fucking Rotten comes, and even though she hasn't got a disabled badge, she wants to be able to at least get 2 little babies out of the car and be able to be local, to be able to get in, and especially with the shopping, which is really fucking difficult enough as it is. I'm used to parking outside my house, being able to leave the kids in the car asleep, being able to move little bits over to the into the kitchen, move one child, then another. When you're living in a situation where I am, where you got to go downstairs, it's really fucking hard. So anyway, we then have garages. We're not allowed to park outside them. Blah, 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 blah. So then I fight, and I get 5 garages open, One of those garages happens to be mine. That means I park outside my space, and that means the parking situation here is over. However, I'm now secure. The letters are all coming through. I've got money coming out of my money at the moment for my tax credits to do with Aaron and Faith, Liam and Daniel. I've got their child benefit from the day that they were born being taken out of my money, taken off Elijah and Shiloh to be able to pay back money from the day that my children were born when they were only taken at 2 and 3. Because it's all about paperwork. It's all about how you submit. Hang on a minute, I picked up another card while walking around today. So, it's all how you submit your cards. It's like a game of Trump. They bring you paperwork, you bring yours. They give you paperwork, you give them yours. They give you paperwork, you give them yours. But the problem is we're always in reaction to what is going around us. So this is my way of taking control. Oh no, you go, lovely. Rev it for me. Go on, rum it for me. Come on, lady, rum it. Woo-woo! And it's a bloody woman driving it, not a man. Yes, that's 2 women I've seen driving Mustangs. Power to the women. Oh no, that's mental health now. To have a certain personality. Oh my God, love, don't you dare have a personality. Anyone think you're playing a fucking Joker card? So, I love people, I really do. I just don't like cunts. But I love people. I love real human people. You know, oh, sorry, we got your leg. Like, I love people with heart, mate. I love people with passion. I love people with integrity, self-respect, morals, principles, values. You know, the people that won't steal from you, lie to your face. The people that are open, honest, transparent. The people you can have a laugh with. The people... Yeah, all right, lovely, how you doing? Just talking about lovely, nice people, and then you come round the corner. There you go. There you go. My friend comes around the corner as I'm talking about wonderful, lovely people. Yeah. And you hear that? All right, love, put a thumbs up. Majority, Marmite. You either love me or you hate me. But most people don't even try. So anyway, I'm now heading over to my side. I'm going to finish this live for a reason, yeah? So, lovely little nice park. This is where I spend, let me just wait for that lady to go past. This is where I spend most of my time. There's a little children's park down the bottom. And then obviously, that's where I let my dog go for a wee. I got someone in a tent up there at the moment, gentlemen. And this is where I come for a little bit of breathing space. Nice walks, kids get to play on the park. All things that I would have in my garden. It's a nice garden space, really, isn't it? Be able to sit in your own garden. So, anyway, 2 of the black cars that park over on my side have permits for this road. But they don't want to park their car under the trees because they get bird shit all over it. So they park their car around here. And they do actually now have a garage. But they don't park outside it because they know the rules are that you are not meant to park outside the garage. So they don't. So they tend to occupy the 2 spaces, which I'm going to show you in a minute, at the front. This then causes a war with the car that's on the video of me skate dancing or having an epileptic fit or whatever I'm doing. I think I look pretty fucking cool. Work on it, build my own things. So anyway, actually one of the cars is there just to prove the point that they don't park in their space even though my garage is closed, okay? So, quick flash. That car there is causing all the shit for people at the moment because that car is meant to be able to park in its permit space, but that car there space is here. Oh my goodness, I'm strapped in the way. My boys have thrown over a ball. Oh my goodness, I'm on their side. Do you know what? They really won't give a damn or a shit. So anyway, garage shut at the moment because I've been preparing for the weekend. Got my little banner just slightly tucked. It's a bit difficult because it's on the side. My car is obviously on the drive. Now, I left my car there deliberately with a flat tyre on the other side because people need to know what I'm trying to do is get my car on the road. It's failed its MOT. And to just show you, I think the paperwork is in my car. This is how much space. So my stuff was not... So this is what I'm talking about, the space in between, yeah? Now, I'm cool and I give people space. Don't... Because she's got to be able to get out from there, okay? So this is called being reasonable and understanding. And then when they're there, and that's not actually allowed to park there, that's not their garage, and then that's the space between two cars there. So as you know, they want to shut my garage down on Tuesday, which is my birthday. Haven't written to them yet, have made a few phone calls. As you know, Portsmouth City Council do read my texts on social media because they've actually responded to one. So don't tell me they don't see them, because they do. So at the end of the day, we don't have parking permits over here. None of us can get parking permits. There is no allocated parking spaces. As you saw over at the other side, they have parking space allocation. Over here, they don't. Now, during the day, most people that have got cars here work and go off to work. And then we have to deal with the agents. Do you know that these staff members have to pay for their own parking and their own parking ticket? They don't even get a council at work parking thing, okay? So then we've got the issue with said all of this, right? Now, as you can see, the garages make it clear that it is keep clear. You're not meant to be able to park outside your garage unit. I'm going to do some restaurant thing for them. They've owned their restaurant. So then we have a disabled badge again. Again, just to show you, keep clear, keep clear, keep clear, no parking. So we've just won the war that actually the people who pay for the garages can park outside their own garage. If they're obstructing it, it's their fault. What we're going to agree is that the garage can still be open just in case there is any fire in a garage and anyone needs to get near to it, that they can still actually open the garage. That's what a garage space is for. So there's no parking permits. So if they take my garage space on Tuesday, that puts my car back out here. Now, as I've said, this woman here will no longer, I'll show you while I'm further away. So the little car in the corner, will keep that there to make sure that the other black car can't park there, right? And it's that woman up there who's getting shitty because while my space was being occupied, so just show you that at no time was my garage sale taking up any other space other than where my car would have been, other than when I was binning the bits and I asked my previous neighbour if I could just line what was going to the bin there and what was going back into the garage went on her side, and it was complete arrangements with them and it was done. So just give you a little show into my garage on what I've done so far. And also, because it rained, I've continued with what I was doing. Mind out, Ellie. So